And we're going to go ahead and preview the Big House Top 64 for tomorrow. Today is Saturday, and we're just going to look through the bracket and see what has happened. So I believe, let's talk about upsets. I'm going to look through the bracket and see anything unusual. Bananas with the upset over IBDW. I feel like there's another player that should have been here that wasn't. So let me see. Did Heartstrings make the upset? No. See. It looks like Bananas beat IBDW in game 3. Honestly thought that was a coin flip. Could have gone. I hate to use the cliche, it could have gone either way probably. Michael beat Coble, pretty big upset. Almost lost to Fizz. That's pretty interesting. Real Thing beat Ralph. Wow. Real Thing doing a bunch of cool results. So unfortunately, Ralph versus Coble had to happen to get into top 64. Coble wins, but he's a loser. So looks like Coble upset Michael upset Coble, but Michael's a really good player. So debatably an upset, but yeah. Anyway, S2J versus Bladewise is happening. I believe Bladewise beat Ryan Ford, which is a minor upset. Over here, Hungrybox, Shroomed Army, Hungrybox over beat Chillin' Dude. Chillin' Dude beat Two Saints, so I guess it's a minor upset. Good stuff to Chillin'. La Luna, La Ginger, and who did he play? Let's look at the brackets. Mango, so we have Ginger versus Mango. I feel like Ginger probably upset somebody. Oh no, he beat Mike Hayes. So Ginger versus Mango. It's going to be really funny if Ginger somehow ended up winning. I remember Ginger played Mango in one friendly at full bloom, and he got 4-stocked, which was pretty funny. Zane versus Gatsu, Lucky versus KGH. No surprises here, although Lucky ended up nearly losing to Flipsy. Honestly, should have lost. If Flipsy dropped the multiple wobbles and ended up losing. The Shiawea beat Westballs, so we see instead of Westballs Duck, we see the Shiawea versus Duck. We see Chudat Leffen. I'm gonna look down here. Boyd making it. Kel's losing early is kind of a surprise, I guess. Boyd losing to Diskit Boogie. Oh, this is a tough pool. How did this seeding happen? We had Zealous, although Zealous hasn't been playing much lately. No, Atrioc losing to Wang Chang. Boyd beat Drunk Slot, so I guess that's an upset. Android versus IBDW, Ty versus Diskid. Zio, my man from SoCal, making it. He beat Vortex. That's pretty crazy, considering Vortex has been Westballs last year. Well, although it's kind of a meme to see, a random top 100-ish player beat Westballs. Good stuff to Zio for making it out of this pool. Really happy for him. Let's keep going down here in losers. I believe, let's see. Let's look at pool L107. Who's Ryan Ford playing tomorrow? Chillin' Dude and Cal. I wonder if that's still going on. Maybe brackets are over. Sharks and Papa. This is probably a little bit of a surprise. Papa winning out, he beat Bobby Big Balls and Bobby Fritz. That's going to be pretty interesting. Chillin' lost. Okay. We're going to keep going down. Okami BW, making it this far. Okami, still decent player, but doesn't play as much as he used to. Definitely fell off. What happened here? Was there an upset to go into this bracket? I wonder if Kimchi beat somebody surprising. Maybe he's a hidden boss I just don't know. Okay, he beat Prof, not the Professor Pro, but it was another Prof. So I think Prof is from Canada, if I remember correctly. He played in Cruise. Moki versus Dark Atma, Rio Beat versus Magi, Westballs versus 42nd, and Quang makes it this far from, I believe, the Midwest. So good stuff to Quang for making it this far. I wonder if he was seated high. What happened? Oh, okay. Rick probably ended up didn't end up showing up. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So Rick should have shown up somewhere in that portion of the bracket. Did not end up happening. So Prof is in southern Florida. I'm mixing it up, but I do remember he was on a crew. I wasn't sure if it was Canada or South Florida. So let's look at brackets and let's look at how things have played out. If we were to look, I'm gonna give. I think. Let's see. Let's look at like my exciting match pick. If we were to look at this bracket, so far. If I were to look overall, like I'm really excited for Fiction Wizrow. And I guess the three sets, like if I could, be a stream runner, I would love to see Triff versus SFAT, something we haven't seen in a while. I would love to see True Dot Leffen. I can see, since this is the first match for the day for Leffen, this has upset potential screaming all over it, and I would love to see Fiction and Wizrow. I think those are the three sets that I'm most excited for. Rishi Pew Pew could be interesting, although we've seen that recently, so I'm not as excited for it. Although like it could be an awesome 5-game set, and it's really cool that I believe top 64 is all best of 5, so we're gonna get some good sets here. So Fiction Wizrow, what was it? Triff, SFAT, and Shootout Laughing are the three sets I'm looking forward to in winners. Now, if I were to say like upset potential, I think there is some chance for like Rishi Pew Pew. I think Fiction Wizrope could be a potential upset. Not saying that Fiction is a favorite. Plut Bananas, Ice Climbers first match of the day. Always can be nerve wracking. Michael versus Swedish. Although people don't really like watching Puff, I think Michael could win this. I know Swedish is decent against Jigglypuff and tends to do okay against Hungrybox, but this is Puff versus Sheik. I can see this upset happening. Bladewise versus SUJ. We normally scratch our heads and be like, we're gonna be like, hey, like Bladewise, like way worse. Bladewise is actually pretty good against Falcon, and I believe he's beaten SJ a couple times, and we've seen SJ lose a lot. So, like, there is a potential for an upset here. Shroom versus Army. Army has stepped it up. I think that's going to be tough for him. I would be kind of surprised. I mean, Army technically is the higher seed, but I wouldn't be surprised if Shroomed ended up winning. So, I don't know. Is that an upset? I don't really know. La Luna and Laud, that's going to be interesting. La Luna not really good against Peach, and Laud, like, I think he's focusing on med school, so he might be out of practice. But interesting match. I would have to pick Laud here. Ginger Mango, Zane Gatsu. A lot of people are like, oh, it's Falcon. Like, Zane struggles against Falcon. I guess I could see an upset. I mean, Gatsu has done well against some other Marts in the past. I'm trying to think of names. He's been Pew Pew. And I'm trying to think of like the other Marth player. He's been like Moon a few times, but I think Moon's gotten better. A lot of people would probably say that Zane Gatsu has upset potential written on it. Personally, I don't really buy it. I think Zane's going to win like 3-1, and like Gatsu's going to win on a counter pick. Lucky KGH, I am not buying high on Lucky. I think KGH is going to win that. Absent Page and Axe. I haven't really liked what I've seen out of Absent Page lately. I love Axon's matchup. I think Triff is going to pull the upset on SFAT. I think that's a potential for upset. I think Triff is really good against Fox. I think SFAT is just okay against Peach. So really looking forward to that. One of my hype matches. Shiawea versus Duck. I know he beat Wes. I'm not sure how good Shiawea is against Samus, but like Shiawea's old school, so maybe he can do something. Don't really see it happening though. I think Duck wins this. Shootout versus Leffen is going to be so interesting. I want to watch this matchup, and I hope it happens like on stream. On the other end of things, I think 42nd could beat Westballs. It could be a meme Westballs bracket. Trying to see like who else is like pretty interesting. Zamu and Smash Daddy, if that's Smash Daddy from SoCal, I would love to see this match. You have like a Midwest player that's like up and coming, and we have like a kind of pseudo hidden boss from SoCal. Like, I would love to see how they match up. Kobo and Prince of Boo. Overall, I'm not terribly excited to see any of these. I would love to see Android versus IBDW, and Boyd versus Kells, to me, in my head, screams upset potential. I guess I'm the most excited for Android and IBDW. Maybe Zeo and Iceman could be a good set. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see what the projected bracket looks like, because I'm not going to like run through every permutation. I think I already said in an earlier preview, I think Wizard Plup are going to be winners quarters. I'm not going to like repeat my rationale. I think it's going to be... Ooh, I would love to see Michael versus S2J. I would love to see the rematch. I think this is overall, like, in terms, like, S2J is seated pretty high and he has a lot of momentum. Unfortunately, I feel like this quartile of Bladewise, Swedish Delight, and Michael, like, in terms of like relative seeding, are relatively more difficult than other players in those respective seeds, that I can see S2J like swinging out early. But I also do see him making it to Hungry Box. So this is going to be really tough. I think Hungry Box is going to have no issue making it to winners quarters. Laud versus Mango. I want to see that. Mango has the MDVA bracket. I think Zane and Mango is going to have it in winners quarters. Nothing changed there. I think Left and Axe is going to be a thing. I'm actually going to look this up real fast. What is Bladewise? When's the last time S2J and Bladewise have played? So at least Lifetime. Let's see. Where is Bladewise? 2-2. In terms of win-loss record for S2J and Bladewise. So like Bladewise has taken sets. Yeah, this is like closer than people think. If Trip beats SFAT, how do I think he'll do against Axe? Oh gosh. So on one hand, I think Peach is really tough for Pikachu. Like, I just think Pikachu doesn't do enough damage, and like there's a high risk of whatever Pikachu throws at a Peach, like Pikachu can do like 2 damage or 4 damage, and Peach ends up doing like 14 damage. So like, I think it's a grindy matchup. I just don't, on the flip side, I don't think Triff has any experience against good Pikachus. So I think Axe has a close set, but lack of matchup experience costs Triff the set. So if we like play this out, assuming like no relative upsets, here's like the loser side of the bracket. I mean, I think this is going to be a tough bracket. Like, I can even see, like, Wes and Rishi. Like, I could see Wes losing to 42nd. I can see Wes losing to Rishi. I could see Wes losing to Fiction. On the flip side, I could also see him winning against everybody. So there's that. Do I think there is any possibility for a really good run here? I'm going to see who really makes it out here. I think when you get to this portion of the bracket, it's going to be really tough. And you're just going to have to hope that you get your bracket. So if Lucky beats KGH, if Lucky loses to KGH, then he has Kobo or Prince Abu. Fortunately, Kobo's not really good in the Fox Ditto, so he'd probably win that. And then you have Ryan Forder. You have a bunch of Fox Dittos. I don't think this is a tough bracket for Kobo. Very likely 2 Fox Dittos. But if he can get past the Fox Ditto phase, then like he has a bunch of Falcons, which like he's pretty good against. So if he can get past that point, then it looks good. Shroomed, a little bit worried. We kind of have an interesting Sheik portion here with Over Triforce, Spark, and Shroomed. And then winner plays Duck. I think if you're a Duck fan, you're really rooting for Over Triforce or Spark to get to that point. I think Shroom straight up just wins, but like Over Triforce or Spark would probably lose the deck. And then here, I actually like Michael. I think Michael's going to do really well this event. I think Michael has a really good chance at beating these players. Like, he's gonna probably time out Flipsy if they play. I think Puff Peach, especially with the way Michael plays, like, is really infuriating to play, and I think Michael's gonna win that. And then you get Michael and SFAT or Triff, and depending on the bracket plays out, and I think Michael can win that too. So that's like gonna be pretty interesting to see. So if I were to pick a person that like places far, like my money's on Michael. I think if he loses round one to Swedish, like, I think he makes a pretty nice run. And then we have, let's see, Lucky, Hugs, Laud, West Balls. Let's see who ends up like making it out of here. What's up? We got the Mango fans here. Let's go. Thanks for like the presumed host. If you guys are hosting me. Zane in Swedish. This is going to be pretty interesting. We can have a scenario here where if Mango loses to Zane, then we have a potential Army versus Mango situation for 9th. Mango could potentially get 9th place. What's up, Mango fans? Hope you guys enjoyed today. What else do we have? Axe versus PPU. I think Axe easily gets into top 8. And I think Axe is probably like I think Axe is just very likely to make it into Summit. I think that's my bet. Like, I think this is a pretty good bracket for Axe. What's up, Mango fans? I don't. Wizrobe has a pretty secure bracket, in my opinion, to top 8. I think between SFAT and Duck, like, he has a pretty, like, I'd say like an 85% chance of winning that match, that he gets into top 8. So, pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to use the bathroom real fast, but I'll be right back.